I never aspired to be a professor or to teach or be in the classroom. My mother is a teacher. Um, I got a staff position at Savannah State in 2011 as program director, and um, with as much TV experience as I had and as much radio and just working in media and working in the business as long as I have, I guess it was a natural progression. And so I decided that if I was going to play in this arena, Dr. Charles Elmore, who is a former department chair and my mentor, former teacher, uh, I had the opportunity to work for him in his interim stint as department chair as an employee. And during that time, he resumed teaching me. Even though I was grown and well into my career, I wasn't a student anymore. I was still a student of his. And that's how our relationship worked. And even though he was my boss, he taught me that if you're going to swim with sharks, you either get eaten or you become one. So that was him telling me that if you're going to be in this arena, if you're going to be in the world of academia, then you be the best person in that field that you can possibly be. You be the best for you, and that's not saying you got to go out and be better than every other professor, or you got to be better than every other staff person. You be the best person you can be, and so the only competition is with yourself. And Doc looked at me and where I was, and he says, "This isn't the best you. I know you." And so he pushed me to go on and pursue a master's and higher degrees, and I got a certification in film and just different things he told me that I needed to do to step my game up, and I did. And so once all of those things started falling into place, it was natural to push me toward the classroom, which the following chair after that, Wanda Lloyd, who also became a great friend and mentor of mine, she still is, pushed me toward the classroom. And she told me that there was too much being left on the table if I wasn't. So here I am. I found myself, I'm teaching my second course now, advanced audio, which is I'm having a ball. I really enjoy it. I love working with the kids. I call them kids, and they're not much younger than me. But I enjoy working with them. I enjoy being around them. They challenge me just as much as I challenge them. And you have to be on your game, because they know when you're faking, and they know when you know what you're talking about and what you're not talking about. Like you can't pull any punches with them, and because they can tell. So it was never I never woke up saying, you know what, I want to go be a college professor, or I want to teach people. That was never ever the goal. I don't think it's still not really, but I guess God places you where He needs you, and I think that's how I ended up here. So first off, I love this university. I'm a second generation Tiger. My mother attended Savannah State University, and my sister did for a short time, my older sister. So Savannah State is in our blood. It's the family's university. And that being said, I take very seriously the fact that students and individuals choose this university to prepare them for the rest of their life. And that's a job that they trust us with, and they take that very seriously. So if I'm put into a classroom and a student pays money for that class, I owe them something. They are trusting me and counting on me to prepare them to go out into the world and get a job. Not only get a job to be able to feed themselves and take care of themselves, but to be effective, to excel in that position and excel in life, and not just have a job but have a career. That's why you come to college, because you want to live better. You want a standard of life that is good and brings you happiness and your family. And so I take that very, very seriously. So when a student takes my class, when a student is a part of something I'm doing, I want them to take away all the skills and the knowledge that they need to go on from Savannah State University and be the best, be effective, be the best individual, the best professional, the best whatever that they choose to be, that they have the skills and the prerequisite knowledge to be effective in that role. And so I take that very seriously, and that's what I want them to take away from me when they leave from my presence in my class and my instruction.
My name is Malik Hobson, and knowing Will since my freshman year has been a joy. It's a good and truly blessing for me to actually met Will, because when I was a freshman or whatever, I'll go down to the office or whatever, and Will would just brighten up my day. We would all talk and talk or whatever, laugh, you know. And Will was a pretty cool person. He showed me how to manage a camera, you know. Once he started teaching or whatever, he told me about it, and he was like, he's teaching an advanced audio video class, so I hopped on it as soon as I can. And when I say he can actually be one of the best professors here, in the mass comm department, is because he's one of very few professors that can actually take his class out, be very hands-on, because as a firm believer that you can't learn everything in the book. You just have to go out and do it yourself, and that's what he implements in his teachings. That you have to go out there and do it yourself as a reporter or as a cameraman. You know, being in this mass comm department, you have to know a thing or two. But that's if you're audio and video concentration. But as far as Will goes, he's a great teacher. I love him to death. I look at him as a life coach too, because on the side, when I make videos or when I have a film or whatever that I want to do, I go to him for assistance. You know, he's a really great guy, and like I said, it's truly blessing meeting Will. And I'll just hope for everyone that is able to see this video that if Will is still teaching advanced audio the next show the year after, or that I think you should really take his class.
As far as my students liking me as a professor, like I don't aim to be the favorite professor or that guy. Like I relate to my students on a level that they can feel and they understand, and I understand. Like I understand them. They're like, this isn't high school. They're not kids. These are young adults, young aspiring professionals, and you got to give them that respect and treat them as such. And I feel like faculty on the university level run into problems when they stop treating students with that respect.
All right, talking about Big Willie Will back there, Will Martin. He's a dope professor. He's actually the most down-to-earth professor that I've had in the past 4.5 years I've been at Savannah State. What I really love about him is that he gives us real life lessons. Instead of like teaching us out of a book or teaching us off of a video, he actually takes us out and we do things on the field. Like today, he took us out with the big camera and the mic, taught us how to set it up so we can go do real man on the street. Instead of sitting in the classroom and telling us how to do it and just sitting us out there like other professors do, he actually is passionate enough to get out there and then do it with us. And he's able to even talk on our levels, like speak a language that his students understand. And I think that's actually the best thing, because he's able to talk to us so we can actually tell him what we need from him. And then he's very flexible, so he kind of curves and bends to what we need while maintaining the expectations of the industry. And I know leaving his class, I'm going to have the best opportunities available to me, because I know that he's an industry professional and he's teaching us based on his heart.
Students know when you're faking. And so if you treat them as individuals and you treat them as people and you give them that respect and you give them what they ultimately paid for, that knowledge, and they know when you're real and you know what you're talking about, then it turns into a really good working relationship between you and the student.
By my time, I do not play. By my time, yeah. By my time, I do not play. By my time. By my time, do not play. By my time, yeah. My time. Ah!